This Could Get Dicey is a D&D podcast about dudes being bros. What adventures will they get into? Only time will tell. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to look at all the Texas wildflowers.
Yeah, boy!
Thank you, Lady Bird. Thank you for all your work.
Thank you for getting out there yourself and planting them, Lady Bird Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
That's so good, Destiny. I just drove back. I drove home like 4 hours, or not 4 hours, 3 hours yesterday, and it was quite a sight.
It's beautiful out there.
It's I wonder what other states like wildflowers are, and it's like I take that back. I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Like in Texas forever.
Well,
Our flowers. Look, our state might not be that good, but our flowers rip ass.
Yeah, but the thing is that they rip ass for 4 weeks, where other parts of the country they're there for a really long time.
But I think that's what makes them so special.
Is that true? I don't know. I don't believe you.
Well,
I was running by Barton Springs and near the bike racks.
Mm-hmm.
Under every single bike rack, it's just like a little pocket of blue bonnets. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, Lady Bird, you love this shit.
My favorite thing when we went camping like a month ago or whatever, and we went hiking and we're pointing out all the blue bonnets that hadn't bloomed yet, and being like, "That's a blue bonnet. That's gonna be a blue bonnet. That's gonna be a blue bonnet." I hope I wasn't annoying y'all because I pointed at a lot of them.
you should come to my house. I got a bunch in my front yard.
I got a little pot of them.
It's so easy.
What's everyone's favorite wildflower?
Indian paintbrush. Ooh.
Oh.
It's probably not called that anymore.
I think they're
but
just called paintbrushes
That's
now.
probably not. I think they're just called paintbrush.
Keep this all in. Alex is canceled.
Texas forever.
Mine is a lupin, but they don't grow here. I'm a little partial to other states' wildflowers.
slash spit.
I don't know many names of wildflowers.
You could just say the yellow ones. That's fine too.
Say the yellow ones.
The yellow ones.
They probably have a problematic name.
Mine are they definitely have a problematic name because they're not called this anymore, I don't think, but the blanket ones.
I don't understand. Can you explain? Can you elaborate?
Can you?
I don't want to say the first part of it. They're called Indian blankets originally, but they're definitely not called that anymore. Okay.
Why are they all Indian now?
Because
'Cause they
Texas
were-
forever, baby.
Because they were here first. Well. Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal, and it's a beautiful day to get ready to run.
Great.
You ready, Destiny?
I'm ready to
song.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready to run.
Oh, that's going to be my first song on my playlist. I need to jump to my playlist.
How are you two prepping for your big run this weekend?
By running, and then I'm gonna not run before.
Exact same.
Inspired.
And eat good.
Yeah,
How many
I think I'm gonna have a nice spaghetti dinner like Saturday. Have some spaghetti,
hydrate?
carb.
Hydrate.
Yeah, oh yeah, lots of water. Can we get some
Stretching.
coconut waters.
You gonna make coconut?
Ooh, gator nut.
Oh, sorry, gator nut. Gator nut. My bad.
Yikes.
Gator nut is when you get a Gatorade and you drink half of it and then you fill it up with coconut water. Gator nut.
Fuck.
Becky, remember when I used to drink Gatorade? Like
every day.
Content
Everybody
warning?
at
Gator,
our work
man.
used to, because
Mostly because I was hungover.
everybody at our work used to be alcoholics.
I was not running during that time.
So we needed to stay hydrated.
I just I just imagined all those chunks of coconut floating in the Gatorade.
No, it's coconut water.
Oh, it's coconut water. I don't get those aloe drinks that have the aloe.
Oh, you don't like when it
things
has
in
like
there?
the little chunks inside?
I don't like pulp.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay. That's fair. Well, damn, y'all, that's this weekend. That's crazy.
How many miles is it?
6.2.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, 6.2.
goodness.
It's just a 10K.
Don't say just
I mean,
a
it's a
10K.
10K.
It's a 10K.
I
It's the
can't
10K
run
in Austin.
a mile.
I think it's because the Austin Marathon was like a couple weeks ago, and I'm just kind of like, now it's time for the baby one.
You gotta work your way up to that, you
You're
know.
gonna get there.
For
You're gonna
sure.
get there.
I'm mostly excited to run through downtown
It's
Mhm.
super
never-
cool.
Mm-hmm.
and like have nobody fucking like nobody's
No one's
yelling
trying to
at
run.
me.
Well,
No.
people will be yelling at you, but they're not gonna try and run
That's
you
true.
over.
They're gonna be like, yeah,
But in a good way.
like
yeah,
keep
positive yelling.
going. They also have little like mini stages around, like people playing
Really?
music.
Oh.
While you're running.
Yeah.
That's cool. Y'all, this is crazy. Right before the pandemic, I'm talking about like right before it started, we were going to take a trip to Maine that summer, and I was going to run a marathon. I was training for it and everything. I had gotten up to like 15 miles. I was going to run a marathon that was going to start in Maine and then cross the Canadian border. Like your passport was going to be chipped to your bib. And then it was going to cross the Canadian border and go into Nova Scotia and then like turn around and run back like along the coast. And it was going to like change my life. It was going to be this big like transformative thing. And then we all know what happened. And now I don't run anymore.
Oh, no.
No, I played competitive sports after that. It's fine. But
The idea of running a full marathon is woof.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Speaking of the pandemic, do y'all miss cleaning your groceries with bleach?
I
Honest to God, I think I like went to HEB like the first time and brought groceries home and like got a wet wipe and started wiping things down. And then I was kind of like in my own head like, nah, I'm not gonna do this.
I didn't do that because they were like, you don't need to do that.
Well, for a while
Same.
they said you did need to.
Right.
Do that.
They didn't know what the fuck was going on. But
Right,
thankfully, everything changed.
Well, I miss it sometimes.
you still have that option.
I know you could do it, but now you don't need it doesn't do anything.
There's no more sickness anymore.
I mean,
so.
the same
No.
when it first was
We
stated.
beat it.
I just don't think that's how germs really spread. Like somebody did not like walk down the aisle like, now your Fruit Loops are COVID.
Every individual loop.
Yikes. Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I'm playing Emil Mazak. And it's a beautiful day to sell your house and move to another state.
Is this how you're telling your friends?
Are you serious? It's April 2nd. not the 1st.
Oh, what did I say? I meant to say it's a beautiful day to play a harmless prank on your friends. April Fools.
This fucking episode's coming out like at the end of
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
It's not gonna be topical when the audience hears it. But God, I love I love April Fools, and I'm sad it was on a weekend because I didn't get to see any people at work or anything. I
It
love
was on a
April Fools.
Monday. Oh, it was.
Well, it was a holiday Monday this year,
Right.
so I didn't have work.
I see.
Oh,
I saw a tweet that was just like, every day is April Fool's when you've been lying.
I'm done with the corporate ones. I don't like that shit. Like, I want it back to do like harmless
Reclaim
pranks
it.
in my life. Yes.
Did y'all see the one though from IGN that said that Nintendo was doing the Virtual Boy and it was people strapping switches to their faces?
No.
For a second, they almost got me because I'm like, yeah, Nintendo kind of did that with that VR, like that cardboard VR set they had for like a hot second. So I was like, sure, and then I was like, wait, that's the first.
I was gonna say I did one time do an April Fool's prank that was mean on one of my brothers. convinced him that the house we were at was one of our friends' house and to just go in, but it was just like a stranger's house.
Oh my god.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, that one was a little messy.
I remember talking to my dad about like pranks that like they would pull back in like the fucking like 60s or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, you would get like 4 chickens and you would write like 1, 2, 3, 5 on the chickens and then set them loose, and then they would try to catch all the chickens, and then they'd be like, where's number 4? And there was no number 4. And I was like, that's a crazy fucking prank.
I love
to do.
prank. My dad's version of pranks, my dad grew up in England in the 60s and 70s. My dad's version of this was that they would fight in the street, like have all out brawls for fun, and they would like have like improvised weapons, and his favorite weapon was mashed potatoes with nails in it.
Like when he
to like sling it.
He'd
Yeah, like
throw
a
it?
handful, and you
Yeah.
just sling it like a little bomb.
Dude.
y'all
Our forefathers.
y'all miss bleaching
our
your
forefathers
groceries.
rocked.
This one's what Becky go. This was crazy.
Hi, my name is Becky Schmader, and I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to effectively kill fruit flies.
All right.
Okay, what's your secret?
What
Drop
do you
the
use?
hack.
A gun? Oh, did you throw a mashed potato filled with nails at them?
Actually, this time I think I just like got on it quickly, and I knew where they were like sleeping, and so I got a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then got soap along the top of it,
Yep.
and they just immediately were like, "Goodbye, world."
I love
And
that
sometimes
shit.
that doesn't work. They're like, "I'm fucking smart. I know that's a death trap." But this time they were just like, "For us?"
This is my least, like, it's spring is so beautiful and it's so pretty outside and the weather's so nice and everything's blooming, and then it's like 11 o'clock and I'm on my couch playing Balatro and I see a cockroach crawl across the floor
Blah.
and I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
time to die, I
This
guess.
is. Yeah, that also happened to me this last week. Went to go to the bathroom, giant cockroach on the wall, and I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
I'm just thankful we don't live in the Northeast because, like, I've heard, like, friends that I know that have moved up there that are just like, yeah, instead of cockroaches, we have centipedes. And I'm just like, that's an instant death. I think I've said this on the podcast
Yeah, but
before.
we have scorpions here that like come in your house.
You know what? Something,
I would prefer.
you know what's something crazy? I don't think I've ever seen a scorpion in my whole
Oh.
life,
Oh.
which scares
they're-
me because I know
Yeah,
I've been
you-
around.
I was gonna say they've seen you.
They have a podcast where they're like, we see Alex's all the time.
Hey, today he was fucking playing this poker game. Didn't even see me. He was 1,300 points away and he blew it.
This might be really crazy. I'd prefer scorpions in my home over roaches.
Me too. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think I would too. I don't think scorpions like are as jittery.
Right, they're
as-
predictable.
I don't
They're
know. I've
super
never seen one. I've
predictable.
never seen one.
They're
Yeah.
very predictable,
Mm.
and they're not super. They don't fly. They
Yep.
don't. They're really easy to kill. Honestly, like I know people say you can like stab them with a knife. This is fucked up. You can also spray them with cleaning spray, and they'll kill themselves.
Huh.
Easy.
I just figured they'd be easy to catch in a cup and chunk
You can do
outside
that
or
too.
something,
Yeah.
but-
Sorry, if you're like that, you could do that too.
You have been pardoned.
But no, we be squishing roaches, and I don't like them.
I'm afraid of them.
Man.
My wife has to come pick them up with her bare hands and throw them outside, which she does.
I fucking hate that shit, dude. I fucking hate that shit, dude. I still think about the time she chased me around your house holding a roach in her hands, and I was just like,
All that being
This
said,
sucks.
though,
Let's fucking-
if you're out there and you're a single woman who's also into women and you catch roaches with your hand,
that sucks.
DM me on Instagram.
Becky's into a very particular
Please
thing.
protect me. Protect me. But don't chase me with them. Just throw it outside.
And they say that a hero can save us. Not gonna stand.
All right, y'all ready to play some D&D?
Aha.
Simone, wait. Destiny, you
I'm ready.
There we go. Proceed.
Last we left off, our adventurers were faced with a young boreal dragon in the northern tundra of Ice-Rune. You all defeated it, and after it landed upon Emil, knocking him out, you were able to decimate the body and free him from under it. Emil harvested 2 dragon scales, and Loomis got 1 ounce of dragon blood. Emil voiced his frustration and dislike for nature. Loomis commented on Siloria's lack of presence and Helena's fighting abilities, and Ellis minded his business. It's the end of the 2nd day of your travel. You're on the edge of a sparse forest, the tundra grasses rolling out before you across the hills. What do you all do? It's
the same day.
evening.
Like we haven't had a rest or
day?
anything.
No, just after the dragon fight.
I vote that we rest.
I think Ellis is just, off minding his own business. You know what I'm saying? Just vibing, chilling. I'm like, yeah, a rest sounds cool right now. I'm fine resting. How's everybody doing health-wise again?
I'm hurt.
I'm about like halfway down. Not quite. Emil, you doing good since the dragon fell on top of you and squished you with its carcass?
Sorry, I'm recovering from the sickness.
That's a clip, baby. That's a TikTok clip if I've ever fucking seen one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Write that shit down.
Oh, God. No, I'm not doing well. I'm at 12 hit points currently.
Helena, how are you faring health-wise?
I believe I am quite well. Thank you for asking.
Because I healed
All
you.
right.
That you did. Thank you very much, Emil.
You're welcome.
I have nothing in return. I'm so sorry.
Well, Helena, do dragons often, mosey around these woods? I mean, we did fight a Wendigo, so I mean, I'm not expecting you to be like, oh, yes, it's the season of the Boreal or whatever, but, that was, damn.
I have not seen a dragon in many moons. The smaller moon, the month-long moon. As you know, there are 3 moons here that circle us. Anyways, I have not seen dragons in a little bit, but yes, I mean, we are out here in the wilds. It is very dangerous out here. Many creatures of all kinds, but dragons are different. They have minds of their own, and they do not care for me. They do not care about me, so... Unlike other creatures who are willing to bend the knee, if you will, to me.
That was my first time seeing a dragon, and it was as frightening as it. Frankly, I'd always imagined it would be. And that was a little one, wasn't it?
It was a young one, yes, but you all did, as far as fighting dragons goes, very well.
I hated it. I did not like seeing a dragon for the first time. Is its mom or dad going to come looking for it right now?
No. This is not like a wormling or anything like that. It is but a young dragon away from going out into the world to begin growing up. That means there's probably, yes, an ancient one somewhere. But they usually, do not hunt or live in the same area.
Yeah, they're notoriously solitary, right? At least that's what the stories.
Solitary,
top of a mountain,
territorial. Yes.
All right.
Well, it sucked. It did suck.
It was not fun. Loomis, I hope you had fun. I'm gonna sit down and heal myself. I'm gonna use cross-pollination to touch myself for 1 minute and heal myself. I'm gonna use 6 hit dice to do this.
You gotta say it every time.
I have to touch myself right now.
It's a spell. Don't look.
Well, that was a shit roll.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, if you're doing that, we might as well just. It's already nighttime. It's early evening. We can maybe camp up.
It is. I think it would be safe to camp here just on the edge of the forest or before these trees completely go away, so we can use the cover of the trees one last time before we head out fully into the tundra.
How far away are we from fucking the big old city, the Big Apple?
Well, Ursa is not a big city, but according to the residents of Oak Pines, we're probably 2 days away still.
Jeepers,
Dang.
jeepers. All right.
Becky, is the area that we're in still part of the forest that Helena like resides in?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start making up camp, making a little fire or whatever so we can rest up.
All right. You all set up a nice little camp in what remains of the edge of the forest here. You find like a down log once again to sort of lean up against for the night. Do you all do anything here before going to bed?
Helena, I have some stuff I'd love for you to take a look at. Maybe it might jog your memory if you're interested. Some like books and notes and stuff.
I will look at them, yes.
I'm gonna give her like before I gave all the stuff over to Daniel Stravich, Emil had done like sketchings and of the plant matter that they gave to her that was like growing out of that pedestal. And I had also done the same thing with the notes from the collector, like the plant that was growing, all the stuff that we've done around the same kind of narrative thread. I'm just going to give her those drawings and say, maybe this looks like something to you. You know, Siloria's knows nature and stuff. And I'm going to go to sleep.
I will take the first watch and look over these notes. Thank you so much.
Loomis is also around for the first watch, or he's just going to watch the whole time since he doesn't need to sleep.
Cool. Ellis, you go bed?
Yeah, I curl up and I go to bed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check, Loomis.
19.
Much like how Emil noticed on the previous night, you noticed that the moon is like really bright up here, and it seems to be getting really close to a full moon. So,
Is this the moon that comes around every day or one of the other two moons?
the once a month one.
I think at some point in the night, maybe whenever Helena's done with reading the notes, Loomis goes up to her. Do you or Siloria know much about the moon cycles?
It is not fully within my domain or Siloria's domain. I do not know which god, I guess, would fall under the moons.
Is it normally this bright?
I do know that the further north we go, it often does get a little bit brighter, but perhaps as we're entering into the winter time, it might be sort of a harvest moon, if you will, getting larger to note the seasons changing.
Okay, bye.
Okay. And she goes back to reading through the notes.
I feel like neither of us would wake up anyone because we don't need to.
So. Loomis and Helena don't do anything, I guess, through the night as they just sort of sit there in silence, one reading notes, Loomis doing I don't know what you do with all this free time you have while everyone's asleep, but nothing happens through the night, and they both have a nice peaceful watch as the sun comes up.
Loomis is just thinking about stuff.
Just thinking.
Pondering.
Real quick, my bean effect is gone now, right?
That's correct.
Oh, man. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I really do miss sleeping on a mattress.
Me
The ground
too.
is hard.
It sucks out here.
Helena, did you have any ideas for breakfast, or should I go out hunting for, I don't know, squirrels or berries or something?
Well, as I went out and walked my morning walk, I gathered some food for us as well to eat this morning, so you would be
Fabulous.
most welcome to enjoy it as well.
I would love that. I don't know the first thing about catching a squirrel.
And she whips up another porridge and fruit little bowl for you all, this time skipping Loomis.
Have we seen her eat meat?
No, but she did say that she does occasionally eat meat and fish. She mentioned that with going on the Atkins
Okay.
diet and keto diet.
Destiny was just curious
Yes.
if she then, eats the squirrel that she was just gossiping with.
Right. I think she like avoids meat from the creatures that she talks to, if possible, but all are bounties from Xyloria in her eyes.
Cycle of life and life, we all turn into poop that turns into dirt that turns into grass or what. I don't know. I like my stuff I like buying my food at stores.
Emil, I looked over these notes that you gave me yesterday, and they are most interesting. This plant matter irks me. I do not like it.
Oh, say more about that.
It is... I do not seem to have a memory that is ringing true within my head, but I have a feeling deep within me that this is something familiar to me, that I've seen it before, but not for a long time.
Oh, shit. I'll take out like a little pencil and make a note right on this drawing. Helena hates it.
Helena say icky.
Yeah, we didn't like it very much either. We came up in close with this a couple times, and it hurts to touch, and it grows really fast. And Alice destroyed this pedestal in the ground, and then it screamed at us.
When we were just little children back then.
This was like a month
Small
ago,
babies.
I think.
Oh God.
Did the pedestal, when it screamed, or did it talk to you all, or mention anything, or?
Oh, did it just scream or did it say anything? Man, this has been a long month.
I think it's been more than a month in fiction, but
I think it's been like 2 months almost, maybe.
has to have been because there's been several weeks where we were traveling for the whole week. Our first mission was 2 weeks, so right, it was like a week out and a week back.
Yes, I think so.
I don't know.
But yes, the pedestal did say more than just a scream. For those that were charmed by it, it told them to feed it.
To feed it, that's right. And so I tried to heal it. I'll say this in character. It asked at one point. It was like drawing me to it, and it like I was compelled to go to it. And then when I got there, it said to feed it. And so I tried to feed it, and it did. It hurt me.
All three of you roll an insight check.
5.
15.
10.
Emil, you kind of see for like a split second Helena's like disposition sort of change. Like something is like not sitting right with her when you mention all this. For just like a brief moment.
I will reach into my pocket and grab the minor illusion coin.
Okay.
And while it's in my pocket, like, will it to look like a small piece of this plant? I'll just have it in my hand, just waiting. And I'll say, "What's wrong, Helena?"
This explanation of this voice and this pedestal, it is most familiar to me. It harkens back to a time long ago, a time full of fear. But she's sort of like taken aback too by like remembering this as well.
So you say like she's kind of shocked at the words she's saying?
Yeah, not like she's possessed, but that like almost like these were like repressed memories that are now suddenly like just like spilling out of her. And she's like, whoa, like, where is that kind of coming from?
I know you haven't had to do this for a long time, Helena, but think a little harder, push. Like, you might be onto something. And I'll like, toss the coin at her.
Oh.
While it looks like this black moss plant.
Are you trying to, like,
I'm trying to just stir something. Yeah, I'm just trying to jog her memory, like, activate some kind of muscle memory or something.
Okay. Do, like, a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Real quick.
A a 12 total.
Okay. Suddenly, Helena's perceptive. It hasn't been perceptive for many days. She sort of catches the coin, and she like stares at it for like a good amount of time, and is kind of like, obviously it's like an illusion, and she knows that, but she's like, kind of putting her hands around it, almost trying to like touch it and pull it, and trying to trigger like something within her. You said you've seen this recently. This has happened within the last few months that you've seen this plant?
Yeah. It was the only time we saw it.
No, it wasn't the only time. We also, wasn't it inside the collector's chateau?
Yes, he did have some.
And wasn't he using it to create the robots?
Yeah, he was messing around with it for like creation of like those cores.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
This is very bad.
It's not good.
There is a block within my head that is blocking me from saying exactly what this is, but I have seen this before too. Long, long ago, I have seen this plant matter. And long, long ago, there were many voices that would speak out to feed them.
Well, that's spooky. Dang. And you didn't remember that till just like right now?
There's something about you all and this conversation and this imagery. It's certainly unlocking something within my mind, yes.
Well, we've had a pretty big suspicion that it was kind of confirmed when we went to that, what Emil said, the collector's house. So this is all linked to something a lot bigger than, well, frankly, we can really comprehend at the moment. So the fact that you, who is like super fucking old, remembers this is,
I believe,
well, that's scary.
I've always been in these forests, or I've been in these forests for many centuries, wandering, protecting. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I'm supposed to be protecting us from here in the forest. This is it.
This was here at some point?
I believe so. It is what it feels in my heart and in my mind, that this is why Siloria has kept me here in these forests for so long as her champion, to find and destroy this. And whether I've eradicated it and it's come back, or I never fully eradicated it, or never found it all, I don't know, but this is my purpose.
Okay, this is very important. Have you seen any other people here besides us recently?
No, but I cannot be everywhere in the forest, and you are the first that Siloria sort of urged me to find. She does not speak to me all the time and tell me to what purpose to serve, and my purpose has been to, I guess, protect the woods, but you are the first people in a very, very long time in which she urged me to come to your aid, specifically.
Damn. I didn't realize it was like that.
You all must be very important to whatever path you're on. At least my God is watching.
I'll take the coin out of her hand.
Sure.
And say, why don't we put a pin in this for now, Helena? We don't want to. I don't want to like challenge your whole existence or anything, or like upset you in any way. You've done great service for this forest. This is not your fault in any way.
Very good. Shall we be off then, once again, and continue our journey up to Ursa Nor?
Can we tell? Is she like being magically influenced? Like right now? Is there like divine intervention happening?
Roll in insight check first. Start there.
I'm gonna roll as well.
Okay.
I have a natural 20 for 22.
16.
I got like a fucking 6 or whatever.
Okay. Amelia, you're like really paying attention to this. Like you kind of kicked off this train of like thought that she's going through. So you're sort of seeing. I think the best way to think of it is like as like a repressed memory of like whether it was like her trauma that suppressed this or a god. You're not really fully sure. I guess go ahead and roll a religion check as well to kind of see if you know how gods might choose to intervene.
14.
14? You're not very well versed on religion. You're not like a devout follower of anyone, so you're not fully sure like how gods intervene or why they would intervene, and you're not really sure like why a god would like choose to repress someone's memories, but it's not off the table, I guess. And you're like it's no one's ever been like they don't do that. So it's, and like based on what's happening here, I think it's definitely like on the list of like possibilities of like what's happened to Helena. But whether it's like it is not an explicit like a wizard cast a spell on her and is repressing her memories. It's definitely like not Arcana doing that.
Okay. Whenever we start moving and I have the time to tell these two, I will convey my feelings about that to them.
Okay.
It's everybody's favorite time of the week. It's the mid-episode ad break. I know you've all been dying to know what's been going on. The only thing that's going on is my unending love and adoration for you, the listener, for listening to episode 48 of our podcast. This could get dicey. It means everything that you're here. And if you feel so inclined, hop on over to Apple Podcasts and write us a little review. I'll read it on air. Or if your podcast app that you like to use has a little rating system, drop a little rating in there or share it on your own social medias. That would be cool. Or you can visit our website, www.tcgdpod.com, or you can hop on over to our socials, Instagram and TikTok at TCGDpod, and check out all of our fun stuff. I don't want to keep you too much longer. I say that every time because I don't. Keep listening to the rest of the episode.
Yeah, you all are moving through the tundra, Helena leading the way.
Is it common for people to, I guess, have things trigger their memories?
I mean, yeah. I mean, just like in normal stuff, you know, you eat like a ham and cheese sandwich that takes you back to when you were a little boy or whatever. But I mean, I don't know what it's like for. I mean, you probably know more better than we do, Loomis. Like you know, you smell a flower, you're like, when I was 206.
Yeah, last night I asked you if you had kids and you got up for the first time at the party and walked away.
Damn.
Factual. I'm asking because I've tried to figure out, you know, what happened to me, what I was before turning, you know, in my early years, and it was never successful.
Maybe we just need to find the right trigger.
Maybe.
I reach into my pocket and grab the minor illusion coin. Take out a copy of Twilight. No. I mean, that clearly there's something with her stopping her from remembering these things. It's not magic. I don't know anything about the gods, but it's either some kind of trauma or Siloria doesn't want her to know whatever it is she knows about this stuff. Doesn't want her to tell us, but wants her with us. That doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it's just not time for you to know yet, Loomis.
I guess I'll just wait another 220 odd years.
Well, I mean, I guess it just goes to show that no matter what, that like we're kind of strapped in for something a lot bigger than I think we intended for. if we got fucking Siloria on our side, and we have Nanoxis. Like, Nanoxis is like, that was like one of our first conversations, was him being like, I don't want to tell you everything, but I need your ass. And I was just like, okay.
That's true. Do you think they're friends?
Siloria and Nanoxis? I mean, Nanoxis is a bird, and Siloria does like birds, I imagine. So I'll ask him next time I talk to him.
This is so weird. This is so weird. I wish we could just focus on one thing.
I think we are.
I guess that's true.
But just keep walking for the rest of the day until something pops up.
Keep an eye on her, on Helena, see how she's doing. If she's like thinking really hard or whatever. Just want to make sure she's feeling okay.
Sure. I think as you all continue traveling and kind of like getting back into nature and seeing like new sights, her spirits kind of are lifted again, and she's trying not to dwell too much on it. I think you can kind of like assume that while she's like remembering things, and you know, you all had like a conversation that like triggered and brought up a bunch of stuff, at the same time like she's trusting in Siloria of like whatever comes may come sort of thing. So she's just embracing the bounties around her. But as you all are traveling across the tundra, you are now within the tundras north of Iceroon. There's like colorful grasses rolling down the hills, oranges and pinks and yellows and browns. Go ahead and roll a survival or perception check.
Doggy today. Doggy. 10 perception.
I got a nat 1 for 6 survival.
I got a nat 1 for 6 survival.
Okay.
Ellis comes out on top.
Yeah, you all kind of like stumble around this tundra. You're not really like finding a path that like clearly leads up to Ursanor, but you keep going northward, hoping that will take you somewhere. But you all eventually kind of come across some skeletal remains and like dead creatures within like the fields here. Or
Are they like
the tundras.
humanoid skeletons or animal?
Roll an investigation check.
Let me use a different dice.
As I look at them, how many do we see, and how old do they look?
You see 3 like groups of remains.
And I'm going to check the surroundings to see if someone's waiting to ambush us.
Okay.
I got a 14.
14. Okay. You can tell, Loomis, that this is like 2 humanoids of like similar size, about, you know, like 5'9" or something, 5'9", 5'11", like just basic human-sized bodies. And then you also see a slightly like larger set of remains and bones that make up like a larger humanoid. And on that one, you can see that like it's patchworked kind of together with like caribou and like wolf skins, and it's not like just like human remains. There's like something else going on there. You can also see that the 2 humanoid remains of similar size have been like absolutely like eviscerated. Like their limbs are strewn about, their chests are torn open. All of this is like not very fresh looking, but you would expect more remains on these bones given their age. They're probably about like 2 weeks old. Things decay a little slower since it's colder up here, but yeah, you're noticing that there's like a lot less on these bones that you would think.
Do I get a sense it's like a trap?
No, it is. You do not get a sense that it's a trap.
Does it look at all like staged in a certain like way, or is it just kind of like, does it look kind of ramshackle and strewn about?
Roll an investigation check on that, and then roll a perception check, Emil, as you're looking around for anybody in the area.
I got a natural 20 for a 24 investigation.
I got a 10.
10 from what you can tell, you do not see anything in the area. Ellis, as you're kind of looking a little bit closer now at the like setup of all of this to see what's going on, you notice that the two humanoids' bodies are definitely like kind of like not embedded, but like they've been laying there. There's like dirt all over them. You know, they've been laying there for 2 weeks, and it looks like it. Versus like the third set of remains looks like it's kind of just like sitting on top of the dirt, as if it's like been placed there somewhat recently or something like that. Like it doesn't look like it's been there for 2 weeks straight.
Helena, does this look normal? Is this like a squirrel thing?
Does Siloria take offerings?
She gets a little bit closer and she's gonna start investigating it as well. This is no doing of a squirrel, that is for certain, and it is no doing of Siloria's either. If you look closer here, you can see on these bones of the third set of bones, you can see that there's druidic symbols drawn on the bones here.
Fucking gross. Fucking nasty. Druids. You mentioned evil druids, didn't you?
I did. There are many a good druid and many a druid that follows Siloria, and there are many a druid that follows Service as well. I would say that many a druid that follows Siloria doth not often work with skeletal remains.
Well, keep your eyes peeled, Foolies. I think we got some evil druids about.
Now we also have to worry about someone making something out of my bones? This place sucks.
You would be dead anyway. I mean, if somebody was making stuff out of your bones, you wouldn't be there.
That's true. I don't want to go to waste, I guess.
I will make sure of that. Yeah. And I walk away.
Yes, we shall keep our eyes open for the rest of the day. I do not know what this is, but it doesn't look good.
There's no like stuff here. It's just the remains.
Yeah, no stuff.
Okay.
Do y'all do anything else before continuing your trek?
I know you just said there's no stuff, but there was no like tracks or anything either, right?
No tracks either, right?
I will actually. Can I look at the bones that have the carvings on them?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna point to one and be like, "Should I take one of these? Like, we can maybe use it as like cover later. Like, hey, yeah, we're down with Service."
Helena, do you think you could put on that front if need be?
No, I gotta be honest. I don't think so.
But we can separate. We can split up if we need to.
Yeah, if you all need me to separate in order for you all to be safe and to do that lie, that is fine.
It's okay. It's not real. It's just make believe. We're just pretending.
I understand. I cannot do that.
That's fair. We wouldn't ask you to. I bet it'd be funny though. I will say one thing. If I know a bit, that's a good bit.
I mean, we certainly could try, but I'm telling you right now, it won't work well, I don't think.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. That's where the funny part comes in. Emil, if you want to grab a gross old bone and hold on to it, that's all you, buddy. I ain't touching that. It's nasty.
Are they nasty? You said they're like pretty dried up, right?
Yeah, the ones that are like carved up are not so nasty, I'd say. They're not like
I take it
pristine.
back. I take it back. That bone is beautiful.
I'm gonna take a few of them, I think.
A few of them?
Let's get crazy.
Be specific. Which bones do you think you're taking?
Oh shit.
Good old bag of bones.
I want like at least one big one, like a good femur.
A femur, okay.
I'll take a rib.
Foot bone?
No, foot bones aren't big enough to carve on. I'll take a rib.
Think of which ones are like carved on. It's the big bones.
Yeah, and I'll take like, what's this one?
What
clavicle? Is that a bone?
Not clavicle.
This is your ribs. These are ribs.
These are ribs right here.
These are all.
Do you mean like the sternum, or what about like your scapula?
I'm trying to think of something flat. Oh yeah. Scapula, like on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, a flat one.
Y'all, we took anatomy. We took
I guess
high
should
school
I take?
biology.
No, I did, but I don't remember any of that shit. Should I take the skull?
I imagine you saying that as you're already holding the 3 bones that you've already said you're holding. And I was like, Emil, I'm not going to lie. With every bone you hold, I fall less and less out of love with you, my friend.
All right, I'll take the skull, too.
All right. I hope you just didn't disrupt some fucking ritual spell, and now you're going to have like a ghoul on your ass.
I hope I did. Fuck service, right, Helena?
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. See, this is all that dark magic I was telling you about. That service is all about. See, Silori would not ask anyone to carve druidic symbols into the bone remains of anything. So.
That's good.
So remember that one, everybody. Everybody. She stares at Loomis.
Loomis, are you a bone guy?
What is that supposed to mean?
You're kind of ghoulish, dude. Let's not like every time. No, you're a vampire. Vampires are kind of ghoulish.
Yeah, I wasn't taking offense to it. I just didn't know what you mean by bone guy.
A guy that likes collecting. Like I'm learning that I think Emil's a bone.
No, I'm
guy,
not a bone guy. I'm not a
Emil's
bone guy.
vampire. His bones are falling out of his pockets.
I don't need these phalanges. I don't need them. Put them all down.
Is anybody a bug guy? Even like bugs? Collects bugs and those, like pins them and stuff?
Don't want to touch him.
Loomis, I'm pretty sure your bones are probably dust, dog. There's like no way they're still strong.
I'm like a waffle guy.
What the fuck?
I'm like a cold one guy.
Don't.
Bones and bugs.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
I want one beer. April Fools, I want two beers.
You fucking idiot. Let's leave the bone area. I hate it here.
Yeah, let's go to Ursa and Nor.
Okay, you all continue your trek into the early evening with Emil carrying a rib, femur, scapula, and skull from these remains. Do y'all do anything as you're setting up camp for the evening?
No, just kind of get. I was kind of digging the forest, but now I'm kind of freaked out. That was freaky.
Well, you all are not in the forest anymore. You're in the tundra.
I sit crisscross applesauce and just hug my knees and stare at the fire.
Yeah, you all have to kind of like find some rocks to sort of make a little, get some protection from the winds out in the tundra, and you do find like a little like overhang.
Didn't we get like some kind of alarm item at some point?
I think there was like a scroll of alarm for sale that we turned down.
There
Or
might
like
have
some sort of
been an alarm for sale at the Hands of the Mind, but I don't know if you all bought it.
Okay, I don't think so. Now I'm kind of afraid to sleep with these bones. I don't know. Should I have these in my bag while I'm sleeping?
I think you should lay them on top of you while you sleep.
I mean, yeah, they're probably better than my bones at this point. No, I will set them down roughly 30 feet away from us.
Okay.
Just on the ground. Helena, are you good at any kind of like traps? Like, can you do like a little trap over here?
Big piece of cheese.
Oh, yes, I do know how to create a lovely snare, yes. She puts the skull like underneath like a basket that she's woven, I guess, in an hour, and sets a little trap with the skull.
Okay. Like a Tom and Jerry ass snare trap. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Okay, you all go to bed.
Loomis is still up and about.
Sure. Loomis is still up on watch. I think Helena's like, it's time. I don't often, sleep for a long, I kind of meditate sometimes and whatnot. I would like to meditate and or get some lay down time and think.
As she's doing that, can I like get back up? Actually, I have something I'd like to do.
Sure. Yeah. So I think she like kind of says that like just to the void a little bit, and then goes and lays down. And Emil
Okay,
gets up.
that's good. I didn't want her to see this. So I'll go over to Loomis and I'll say, "This is really weird that she knows what this plant is. I'm getting sicker, and I don't want to use these abilities, but I think if that plant is around, I can like maybe sense it. And I'm gonna sit down on the ground and turn my hands into roots and like plant them in the ground. And cast locate plant.
Oh.
Ooh.
At second level.
Okay.
And I'm gonna think about this black moss. Look over my notes as I'm thinking about it, and try and like connect to the ground and see if I can feel it anywhere.
Okay, it is a 5-mile distance in which you can sense for these plants. Let's roll just like a d20, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. 15 on the die.
You can sense on like the very, very like northern cusp of like you like stretching into this earth and like feeling around and connecting to like different networks of like roots and mushrooms, like kind of trying to see if like anything else has like connected or touched with other plants in the area. You can feel on like the very cusp of that 5-mile radius like a blip of something.
About 5 miles north. Fuck, I say as I like open my eyes and take my hands out of the ground.
Are you okay?
No, it's here. It's like
What's here?
the direction we're going. The plant is here. It's close. It's like 5 miles that way.
Do you think it has to do with the town we're going to that has people like you?
I mean, we're supposed to get there tomorrow. It seems like kind of right. Tomorrow we'd be anticipating arrival.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and wake up Alice for this conversation.
Wake up!
I catch him up.
Ah! Well, how long have you been able to locate plants?
This is my first time trying. It's just we've been out in nature so goddamn much that I'm starting to connect to it, which I hate. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can notice, Becky, as we've leveled up. Last time we leveled up, like my body changed a little bit. Something similar happening here. I don't know the lore reason why I know the spell now.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, I think as you leveled up, like your body did like start to kind of like change a little bit more. You could kind of like sense that almost like you're getting like inoculated with like fungus spores or something. Like you're feeling like connections to plants a little bit better. You're feeling like you can understand like the little waves that mushrooms send to each other and things like that. So you're definitely feeling like a deeper connection to plants. I think you're also like noticing that, like your arms are able to like stretch further into the dirt. And you're having like a little bit more like control over plants in the area too, as you're like thinking about like wither and bloom and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to think too hard about that. I mean, you saw that spell with the dragon yesterday. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I don't know where the fuck this is coming from. But I know that plant is close. And we're bringing Helena right to it. You saw how she reacted to a facsimile of it. I don't know what's going to happen when we bring her actually to it.
She'll probably fucking beat its ass, but hopefully that'll trigger for sure something else if she can see it in person.
That's what we want, right? We want these memories to stir. It's not. Damn it, I shouldn't have cast this. Now it's going to be manipulation if we bring her to it. If we had stumbled across it, it wouldn't have been our fault.
I mean, wait, hold on. What's the con to just telling her? She literally said that
yes,
she wants...
the truth.
she literally said that it's her job to rid like the world of this like plant, or at least this forest, and if we tell her, I don't think she's gonna be like, ah, and then run the other way. I think she's gonna be like, oh, we confirmed I'm on the correct path.
Yeah, if anything, to Ellis's point, it'll just kind of help our cause.
Okay, let's tell her in the morning, though. 'Cause it seems like she needs a rest. I know she doesn't sleep. I don't know if she can hear this conversation. But let's tell her in the morning. And I guess for us, let's get ready for who knows what's over there. Another pedestal situation.
Yeah, everybody keep your mind on guard.
Mm-hmm.
We're stronger now, though, so hopefully it won't be as bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to bed now. Good night, y'all. And as Ellis is walking back to bed, Emil, you hear in your head just my voice as I'm walking away saying, I wonder if he can find potatoes. And then I just like curl up in bed and like fall back asleep.
I'm not even gonna fucking touch that one, I say in my head. Just enough with these random abilities I'm coming up with. And I'll say, Loomis, do you want me to stay up with you or can I go to sleep?
No, please leave.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll go lay back down.
All right. Is Loomis on watch then?
Yeah, Loomis is on watch.
Go ahead and roll not a perception check, but just a d20.
Oh. 18.
Okay. Now roll a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20 for 22.
You see that tonight is a full moon as you look up into the sky, and about 30 feet away in the direction in which the bones were placed, you hear like the gasping sounds, or a gasping sound, and you also then hear kind of like some crunching sounds as you hear like footsteps probably 50 feet away from you all making their way through the grasses.
So it's coming from where we just left, where the bones were.
Well, Emil put the bones 30 feet outside of camp. You hear sounds.
Gotcha.
So you hear those bones. You hear a sound coming from those bones. And then you also hear kind of surrounding you almost, a couple more footsteps heading in y'all's direction.
I can't see anything. I'm just hearing all this right now.
Right. You're only hearing it right now.
Even with my superior dark vision.
God
damn it. That is 120 feet. And also, I'm just going to throw it because of my superior body.
Yeah, I guess as you're hearing the sounds, you'd probably would get up on top of the outcropping you guys are kind of under, and now peering out into the tundra, you see these skeletal figures moving towards you all, furs draped over their shoulders and heads. You see one has a wolf head draped over its head. Like a skinned one, not the skull, but so anyways. And then you see one that has a caribou skin also draped over its head, and you see that the bones that were moved by Emil are rattling on the ground, but they're just kind of you can see the druidic symbols are glowing a little bit, and they're just sort of rattling. And you see about 3 of these skeletal figures heading towards you all.
Oh shit. I dropped from the perch. I was just looking out. I hastily, just as loud as Loomis can, wake up everyone, wake up. And Loomis would like to go to where the close bag of bones are and try to smash them with their spear.
Sure. Yeah, you go over to everyone in the camp is kind of roused as you head over to the like rattling bones, and yeah, go ahead and make an attack on, I assume, the skull, because the skull is like gasping and it's like
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
Instead of my spear, I want to use an unarmed strike because my claws count as magical.
Correct.
A dirty 20.
Yes, that hits. Since this is just the skull, you doesn't really have
Good
an
old
armor.
skull smashing, you know?
Yeah, you just look down at this thing that's like looking up at you, gasping. Like one of its eyes you can see is like still sort of like, it's gross. Yeah, one eye socket's like completely empty. The other one kind of like has this slight like eye in the very back of it. And you just look down and punch it and decimate it. But looking around, those other skeletal figures are still heading towards y'all. And that is where we'll end tonight.
I was working in the lab one night.
I was imagining Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Let's go. Yeah.
Time again.
Things could get
Spoopy.
spoopy. Thank you.
Maybe I should have taken these bones.
No, this could get spoopy.
No, you said
No, things that.
Okay, maybe taking a bunch of bones was a bad idea. I guess we'll find out next time. Thanks for joining us, and please go tell a friend or leave a review or a rating, even on apps you don't use. That's super helpful for us. Gets the word out about the show. We love that. Thank you. And make sure to come back for our next episode, which is coming out Wednesday, May 15th. Bye.